Are you tired of feeling overlooked or dismissed by those closest to you? Have you ever felt like you're giving more than you're getting, whether it's emotionally or financially? You're not alone. Many older adults face this exact struggle, especially when their children, who once relied on them, start to take them for granted. But what if I told you there's a way to regain your power and take control of your happiness? Alright, are you ready? I'm not talking about surface-level advice you've heard 100 times before. I'm about to reveal something deeper, something that will change how you approach your family, your relationships, and your well-being. Brace yourself, because what I'm about to share with you is one of the most common and most devastating mistakes that everyone makes but no one talks about. It's time to confront it. In this video, I'm going to show you how to protect your emotional health and regain the respect you deserve. If you've ever felt invisible to your children, or like your sacrifices have been forgotten, this is for you. I'm going to reveal how emotional insecurity can quietly sabotage your relationships, why your need for validation might be the reason you're not being respected, and, most importantly, how you can flip the script and start living for yourself. This isn't about avoiding hard truths. It's about learning how to live with confidence, establish boundaries, and prioritize your well-being. Whether it's standing up for yourself when your children ignore you or learning how to set emotional boundaries, I'm here to show you how. So, don't leave this video halfway through. Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to learn will empower you to take back control and embrace a fulfilling life on your own terms. Let's dive in. 4.0 Mini. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy the content, please comment 1 below. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0. Your feedback is crucial as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. Now, let's get started. Alright. Are you ready? I'm not talking about the surface-level advice you've heard 100 times before. I'm talking about something deeper, something that no one has the guts to tell you, and I'm going to show you how you can use this newfound knowledge to completely change the game. Brace yourself, because what I'm about to share with you is one of the most common and most devastating mistakes that everyone makes, but no one talks about. Are you ready to confront it? Let's dive into something that you absolutely cannot continue to ignore. Here's the brutal truth. Insecurity is the silent killer of attraction. And I'm not talking about just any insecurity. It's that insidious, sneaky doubt that creeps into your mind and colors everything you do, even when you think you've got it under control. This one little thing, this one deeply ingrained habit that you might not even realize you have, is quietly destroying your chances of connecting with anyone on a meaningful level. Now, before you start to deny it, I want you to really reflect on this. Have you ever caught yourself saying something like, "Do I seem interesting to you?" Or "Do you think I'm what you're looking for?" Maybe even, "Would you like to go out with me sometime?" And as soon as those words leave your lips, you can almost feel that little twist of dread in your stomach. Why? Because deep down, you already know, boom, major mistake. It's not just innocent small talk. It's a glaring red flag, and here's why. When you say things like that, even if it feels harmless, what you're really telling the other person is this: I'm not sure of myself. I need you to validate me. I need you to tell me that I'm worthy, that I'm good enough. You might think it's a simple question or an innocent inquiry, but the way it lands on the other side? It's desperate. It radiates insecurity like a magnet, pulling in the exact opposite of what you want. It's an emotional bomb, a weight that no one, especially a woman, wants to bear. And here's the kicker: it's invisible to you, but not to them. They can feel it instantly. Now, before you get defensive or embarrassed, I want to say something important. I'm not judging you. Please hear me when I say this. We've all been there. We've all made these exact mistakes, especially when we're desperate for connection or approval. We all yearn for that external validation because we think it's the key to intimacy and understanding. But here's the truth no one dares to say out loud. The more you seek approval, the less attractive you become. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's necessary. I've been there. I've learned the hard way. We all have. Why is this such a problem? Because we've been conditioned to believe that attraction works like this. You perform, you impress, you show off your worthiness, and in return, you get the validation you crave. But attraction doesn't work that way. It's not about what you do, how you perform, or what fancy gestures you make. It's about who you are deep down and how secure you feel in your own skin. Attraction is born from confidence, the kind of confidence that's not reliant on others telling you that you're enough. It's the kind of confidence that comes from knowing your worth, even when no one else says a word. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly attracted to someone who needed your constant approval? Who second-guessed everything they said or did around you? Doesn't sound attractive, does it? In fact, it's repelling. But here's the key that can change everything. Attraction thrives on security, not insecurity. It thrives on knowing who you are without needing anyone to confirm it for you. So, let's talk about how you can tell if you've been making this mistake. It's easier than you might think. Do you find yourself explaining your decisions over and over, hoping to get someone's approval? Do you catch yourself trying to convince someone that you're worth their time or attention? Do you wonder whether you said the right thing, or if you've messed it up in front of someone you're interested in? If you've answered yes to any of these questions, I've got news for you. You're projecting insecurity, whether you realize it or not. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Now, let's get real about why this mistake is so common. It's not your fault, not entirely. Society has pounded it into our heads that the key to attracting someone's attention is all about impressing them. You have to do something extraordinary, something out of the ordinary to stand out. But here's the thing they won't tell you. It's not about what you do. It's about who you are and how you present that inner confidence. I want you to really absorb this. Women are not searching for a perfect man. They are looking for a man who is confident in his own skin, someone who doesn't need constant approval, someone who doesn't need validation to feel whole. Insecurity is like a stench you can't mask. You may think you're hiding it, but it's there, and they can smell it from a mile away. But here's the most empowering news of all. It doesn't matter how many times you've made this mistake in the past. Today is the day you change everything. It doesn't matter if you're not a supermodel, if you're not a millionaire, or if you're not the most charismatic person in the room. What matters is this. You need to learn how to project real confidence. And I'm here right now to teach you exactly how to do that. But it starts with this. Are you ready for change? If you can admit that this insecurity has been holding you back, then today is your turning point. I want you to take a step that can change the entire course of your future. Say it with me right now. Today, I leave behind my insecurity. Today, I begin projecting confidence. Write it down in the comments. Don't just think it, say it. This is your first step toward becoming the man you were always meant to be, the one who doesn't need anyone else to tell him he's worthy, because he already knows it. Taking this small action, even in writing, is the beginning of something big. This is your moment. Let's begin this journey together, and let's make today the day your life changes forever. Project Silent Confidence. Listen closely, because this is where the game changes. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that you need to impress others, that you need to constantly prove your worth, especially in the world of dating and relationships. But here's a fundamental truth you need to understand. You don't need anyone's approval to prove your value. The moment you look to others for validation, the moment you question whether you're enough, you've already lost the battle before it's even started. The secret weapon here is silent confidence, and this is the key that unlocks everything you've been missing. So, what exactly is silent confidence? It's the kind of confidence that doesn't need to shout. It's the unspoken assurance you carry with you, the way you stand, the way you move, the way you speak, or choose not to speak. It's a kind of deep-rooted security that comes from knowing exactly who you are and having no need to explain or justify it. You don't need to defend your worth or your decisions, because, deep down, You know your value and you own it. It's that subtle power you feel when you walk into a room, when you speak with purpose, or even when you choose to stay silent. It's the calm in the storm. It's unshakable, and most importantly, it's magnetic. People feel it without you even saying a word, and they are drawn to it. This is silent confidence at its core. How to project silent confidence. So now that you understand the concept, how do you actually project this silent confidence? It's simpler than you might think, but you have to be intentional. Here's how. Speak with authority. When you speak, say what you think, and say it with conviction. Don't over-explain or apologize for your choices. For example, if someone asks you why you did something, don't launch into a long, detailed explanation. Simply say, because I wanted to do it, or even better, because I know it's the best. This simple statement radiates self-assurance. You don't need to defend yourself. Your actions and words speak for themselves. Avoid justifying yourself. This is a game changer. We've all been there. Someone asks us a question, and instead of confidently stating our reason, we find ourselves going off on a tangent, over-explaining, and justifying our decisions. This is a huge mistake. It's a sign of insecurity. Instead, strip away all that unnecessary explanation and say what needs to be said, with certainty and poise. Take the example of someone asking why you picked a certain place for a date. Don't go into a long-winded justification about reviews or your friend's opinion. Just say, trust me, you're going to love it. Eliminate certain phrases. Now, let's talk about the killer phrases that undermine your confidence. Things like, do you think I did well? Do you agree with me? Or don't you think this is a good idea? These kinds of questions are poison for attraction. Every time you ask these, you're essentially putting yourself in a position where you're looking for external validation. You're handing away your power. Instead, get comfortable with saying things that don't require external approval. Own your choices and decisions fully. Less is more. The more you speak, the less impact your words have. It's a paradox, but it's true. Think about it. When you talk too much, you often dilute the potency of what you're saying. Instead, practice saying less, but with more intention. A few well-chosen words, spoken with confidence, can have more impact than 1,000 hesitant, over-explained ones. Silence can often speak louder than words, and sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply be present and allow the silence to do the heavy lifting. The deadly mistake, talking too much. Now, let's talk about the second mistake that's quietly sabotaging your attraction, talking too much. A lot of men think that the more they talk, the more they'll impress. But in reality, nothing could be further from the truth. Talking too much is actually repelling. It's a classic mistake, and it's one that you can easily avoid once you understand why it happens. Imagine this scenario. You're on a date, and she asks, "Why did you choose this place?" If you start giving a detailed answer like, "Well, I thought this place would be a good idea because it has good music, and I read a lot of reviews, and also my friend liked it when he came here," you can see where this is going, right? It's boring, it's over-explained, and worst of all, it shows that you're justifying your decision. You're pleading for validation, and that's not attractive. Instead, when she asks you why you chose this place, your answer should be direct and confident. Trust me, you're going to love it. That's it. Simple, to the point, and full of silent confidence. When you say, "Trust me," you project leadership, security, and control. You're not explaining yourself or begging for approval. You're simply offering assurance. You've made your decision, and you stand by it. That's the essence of silent confidence. Practical examples of using the two magic words, "Trust me." Let's dive into some practical examples to show you how powerful these two words, "trust me," can be. They're more than just a phrase. They're a declaration of silent confidence. And when used right, they can completely shift the tone of any interaction. Here are 3 real-life scenarios where "trust me" will make all the difference. Scenario 1. On a date. You've planned the date, and she asks why you chose the location. Instead of giving a long-winded explanation, you simply say, "Trust me, you're going to love it." By saying this, you project certainty and assurance. It tells her that you've made a confident decision and that she can trust you to make good choices. This simple phrase shifts the power dynamic in your favor, and it's magnetic. Scenario 2. At work. A colleague asks for your opinion on a project or decision. Instead of explaining yourself endlessly or hedging your words, you calmly say, "Trust me, this will work." You're offering a solution with quiet confidence, and they can feel your conviction. It's not about explaining every minute detail. It's about presenting yourself as someone who knows what they're talking about and doesn't need validation. Scenario 3. In a social situation. You're in a group, and someone asks you for advice or your take on something. Instead of hesitating or over-justifying yourself, you confidently respond with, "Trust me, this is the right move." It's a statement that shows you've thought it through and you're sure of your opinion. This builds your authority in the group without having to explain yourself further. Why it works. These two words, "trust me," are so effective because they communicate something beyond the literal meaning. They project leadership, assurance, and confidence. You're not asking for approval, you're giving it. You're showing that you have everything under control, that you've made a decision, and you stand by it. No further explanation needed. You're projecting an aura of calm and control, and that's incredibly attractive. Final thoughts. The bottom line is this: confidence doesn't come from what you say, it comes from how you say it. And more importantly, it comes from what you don't say. So remember this: silent confidence is your superpower. Use it wisely, and watch how your interactions change. Speak less, but say more with each word. And the next time you're in doubt, just remember the two magic words, "Trust me." Scenario 1. The spontaneous date. Imagine this. You're out on a spontaneous date, the air electric with the thrill of the unknown, and she's looking at you with a hint of uncertainty dancing in her eyes. She asks, "Are you sure this place is good?" In that moment, there's a flicker of doubt in her mind, but you don't panic. You don't scramble to justify yourself or try to explain away her concerns. Instead, you lock eyes with her, your voice steady and full of quiet confidence as you respond, "Trust me, it is." This simple statement holds so much more weight than it first appears. It's not just about the restaurant or the meal that's ahead, it's about you. It's about how you project an unshakable sense of security and self-assurance that she can't help but be drawn to. You're not overloading her with excessive reasoning, offering a laundry list of reviews or explanations, or trying to convince her with your words. You've stripped everything down to the bare essence of your confidence, leaving no room for doubt or second-guessing. You've made her feel secure because you, yourself, are secure. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. In that moment, you're saying something much deeper than just the assurance that the place will be great. You're telling her without any hesitation, "I know what I'm doing. I've got this. And you can relax because I've already taken care of everything." This is what makes you so magnetic in her eyes. There's no need to second guess, no stress of making decisions. She's free to let go of her worries and enjoy the moment because, without even realizing it, you've made her feel safe. You've removed the weight of uncertainty from her shoulders, and that sense of relief is not only comforting, it's incredibly attractive. You've taken the lead, and in doing so, you've set the tone for a connection that is grounded in trust, calm, and quiet strength. Scenario 2. Taking the lead. As the evening unfolds, the excitement lingers in the air, and she looks at you, a playful curiosity in her voice as she asks, "What are we doing next?" Instead of hemming and hawing or looking for her approval, you stand tall, a calm confidence radiating from you, and say with a smile, "Trust me, I have something planned." The beauty of this response lies in its simplicity and the quiet power it conveys. You're not asking her opinion, not seeking her approval, nor trying to negotiate the next step of the evening. You're asserting control, leadership, and mystery all in one fell swoop. There's something tantalizing about the unknown, something magnetic about a man who's already thought ahead, someone who doesn't need to explain every detail, but instead simply offers an invitation to trust. And trust she will, because that's exactly what women long for. Someone who is confident enough to take charge, someone who has the foresight and the drive to make decisions without hesitation. In that brief moment, you've already created a space where she doesn't have to worry about what's coming next. She doesn't need to make a decision or wonder if the plans are truly thought through. She can let go of the reins and feel the exhilarating rush of surrendering to someone else's leadership. This is what draws her in. It's not about dominating or controlling her, but rather about showing her that you are someone who can be relied upon. You're showing her that you're not indecisive, that you're not questioning every choice along the way. You're just in control, and there's an undeniable allure in that kind of certainty. You've taken the pressure off of her, leaving her with nothing but the excitement of what's to come. Scenario 3. When things go awry. Now, let's imagine that things don't quite go as planned. Maybe the night's not unfolding in the way you imagined, or there's a hiccup in the atmosphere, and you can sense her discomfort. Maybe the ambience isn't perfect, or the conversation is starting to hit a bump. But instead of spiraling into over-explanations or offering apologies left and right, you take a deep breath, steady your nerves, and without hesitation, you look at her and say, "Trust me, I know how to fix this." In that moment, you're not just offering reassurance. You're giving her something far more valuable, emotional control. You're not letting panic take over. You're not letting the situation dictate your energy. Instead, you're asserting your ability to handle whatever life throws your way. This is incredibly powerful. Women are drawn to emotional intelligence, to men who can stay calm when things aren't perfect, because it reflects a deep sense of inner strength. You're not just managing the present moment. You're demonstrating that you can handle any challenge, any obstacle, without flinching. When you say, "Trust me, I know how to fix this," you're showing her that, no matter what happens, you have the composure, the resilience, and the capacity to lead through difficulty. You're not flustered, you're not worried, and you're not apologizing for things that are beyond your control. You're taking responsibility, you're staying grounded, and you're showing her that in any situation, you are the man who can navigate through it. That kind of assurance, the ability to remain calm under pressure, is irresistible because it offers her a sense of security and comfort. It's a promise that no matter what comes up, she's with someone who can handle it. The power of trust. The truth is, the secret to truly captivating a woman isn't buried in grand gestures or complex strategies. It's all about projecting unshakable confidence through simple, powerful actions and words. It's about using the magic of a few well-chosen phrases, like, "Trust me," and allowing your actions to speak louder than any explanation could. It's about showing her that you are someone who knows exactly what he's doing, someone who takes control of situations without needing to explain every step along the way. It's about giving her the gift of relaxation, the freedom to be present in the moment without having to worry about what's next. And above all, it's about showing up as your authentic self, comfortable in your own skin, confident in your decisions, and unafraid of what might come next. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being real, being secure in who you are, and owning that self-assurance in every aspect of your life. When you project that kind of strength and calmness, people, especially women, can't help but notice. But most importantly, you will start to feel different too. You'll start to see yourself in a new light, stronger, more capable, and more magnetic than ever before. When you bring this kind of authentic confidence into your interactions, it doesn't just change how others perceive you, it transforms the way you perceive yourself. And that, my friend, is the true secret to making lasting connections, to feeling better in your own skin, and to creating relationships that are grounded in trust, respect, and mutual admiration. So the next time you find yourself in an interaction, remember, you don't need to explain everything. You just need to show up, be confident, and say, "Trust me." Because with that simple phrase, you'll unlock a power that's incredibly magnetic and incredibly attractive. By focusing on these simple, yet profoundly powerful strategies, like speaking less, allowing your actions to do the talking, and cultivating an unwavering sense of confidence, you'll experience an incredible transformation in the way others, particularly women, perceive and respond to you. The truth is, women are innately attracted to men who exude security in themselves, those who don't feel the need to justify their actions constantly or seek validation from others. What truly captivates them is a man who walks through life with a quiet, steady confidence, grounded in the knowledge that he doesn't need anyone's approval to feel complete. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up as the best version of who you truly are. And that version, my friend, is already enough. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. It's so easy to get lost in the overwhelming pressure to impress others, to present an image of someone you think the world will accept. The temptation to doubt yourself and continuously seek approval can be all-consuming. But I want you to pause and reflect for a moment. Ask yourself, what would happen if you stopped pretending? What if you started acting as if you already possessed everything you need, without relying on others to tell you how amazing you are because you already know it? The moment you embrace this mindset, everything shifts around you. You'll stop chasing validation and instead begin attracting people who respect you for exactly who you are, for the unshakable confidence you carry. No longer will you have to convince anyone of your worth or try to prove yourself. The magic happens when you simply let go of the need for external validation and step into your own power. You'll notice that those around you will naturally gravitate toward you, not because you're convincing them you're valuable, but because you simply are valuable, and you don't need anyone's permission to own that. And here's where the real beauty lies. When you stop seeking validation from the outside, you begin to create an inner peace that radiates outward. You no longer have to impress anyone because you're already at peace with yourself. That peace becomes magnetic. People, particularly women, will feel it. They'll sense when you're comfortable in your own skin, when you're not seeking to prove anything to anyone. This inner peace is incredibly attractive because it signals that you've made peace with yourself, and that is the kind of stability and assurance that draws people in. They want to be around someone who knows who they are, who doesn't waver in their beliefs, and who doesn't need to constantly defend their worth. So, what do we do to start embodying this kind of confidence and magnetism? Let's break it down into a few key principles. 1. Stop justifying yourself. This is the first step toward releasing the pressure you put on yourself. When you stop justifying every little thing you do, you start communicating that you're secure in your decisions. Think about it. How many times do you find yourself over-explaining why you did something or why you chose a particular path? You don't need to explain yourself to anyone. Speak less, but make your words count. When you say something, let it be with the kind of unwavering confidence that doesn't need constant reassurance. Saying less but meaning more is powerful. 2. Embrace the power of simple, strong phrases. Simple phrases like, "Trust me," carry a weight that overcomplicated explanations can't compete with. When you say, "Trust me," you're not just asking for trust, you're commanding it. Your actions back up those words, and that's what makes them powerful. Words without actions fall flat. But when you use those simple phrases to let people know that you've got this, it eliminates the need for them to doubt you. You're already doing the heavy lifting with your actions, so all that's left is for them to trust you. 3. Project security and calmness in any situation. In life, things don't always go according to plan. There will be times when situations unfold unexpectedly, and you can tell the atmosphere is shifting. Maybe she's starting to feel a little uneasy or things aren't going smoothly. This is where your ability to project calmness and security comes in. Instead of panicking or over-apologizing for the situation, maintain your composure and say something like, "Trust me, I know how to fix this." That simple statement carries an immense amount of weight. It reassures her that you've got control over the situation, and you know exactly how to navigate through the rough patches. Your calm confidence in the face of uncertainty shows emotional intelligence, which is extremely attractive. 4. Be authentic. The most magnetic thing you can be is yourself, authentic, unfiltered, and unapologetically true to who you are. Confidence doesn't come from pretending to be someone you're not. It comes from accepting yourself fully and letting that acceptance radiate outward. When you show up as the person you truly are, people notice. They feel the realness, the absence of any pretense or masks, and that's what creates deep, genuine connections. Women especially appreciate when a man is unapologetically himself because it gives them permission to be authentic too. There's nothing more powerful than owning your identity and letting the world see you for exactly who you are. 5. Take the lead without being overbearing. Women love a man who can lead, but leadership doesn't mean being controlling or domineering. It means being able to take charge with quiet assurance, guiding the way without demanding anything in return. When you lead, it should feel effortless, like you're simply guiding the two of you toward the next chapter of the night or the relationship with confidence and ease. Women don't want to feel like they have to make all the decisions, especially when they're on a date. They want to feel like they can relax, trust you, and know that you're in control without being overbearing. When you begin practicing these principles, you'll notice a profound shift, not just in how others treat you, but in how you perceive yourself. True confidence isn't about grandiose gestures or trying to be someone you're not. It's about embodying quiet strength, embracing your own unique identity, and letting your actions speak louder than words. The confidence you project will create the kind of magnetic energy that draws people toward you, not because you've convinced them of your worth, but because you simply own it. So, what have we learned today? From the importance of maintaining emotional well-being to navigating family dynamics and managing finances in your golden years, we've covered some key points that can truly make a difference in your life. I want to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned from today's video that you plan to bring into practice in your own life? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to leave your comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We've got plenty more valuable content coming your way to help you live your best life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.